do an updo that consists of 3 rope braids that are French style rope braids and brought down through the back of the head and down, kind of cascading. And you can choose to pin them up or have it all more of like a down boho look today. So it's pretty simple, it's really pretty. Works well with extensions if you want to have a nice long look, and works good on textured hair as a lot of updos do. So I recommend doing some texture spray, texture powder to prep the hair, and a little bit of hairspray and brush through it first to give it some grip. And then I went through and curled it a little bit first, so we have some natural twist already to the hair. So I curled this half away from the face and then this half away from the face like that. So we have everything curled to the inside. And I divided the hair into 3 sections. So you have one section on one side, one section down the middle, and then another section on to the side. And I didn't do clean parts because they're all gonna come together and I don't wanna see any gaps. So I did a little bit of a zigzag part on each. Because both of these, or all these rope braids start near the top, you wanna make sure the front is pulled loosely and really soft, and you can leave out hair in the beginning before you start the updo if you wanna have hair framed around the face, because this is gonna bring all the hair back and away from the face. All right, to get started, you're gonna start with a section of hair near the top. So I'm gonna take it near kind of like where the eyebrow comes and divide the hair into 2 strands. And we're gonna do a rope French braid. So that means what I'm gonna be doing is taking the hair, twisting it as I cross it over, and as you would a French braid, I'm gonna gather a little bit from the side as I twist. So then I'm gonna take this next part, pull it under, twist it, bring it over. So we're just doing a simple twist here and gathering in a little bit more hair. Now I'm only taking hair from the outside, not from the inside. Twisting, bring it over, gather a little more hair, like so, and doing the same thing all the way down. I'm holding the tension pretty loosely because I want to pull the hair out and make it bigger. And then I'm actually going to connect the rope together to the middle braid, so I don't want it to be super tight. And we're just going to continue down the side here, twisting as I go, and then gathering in the bottom piece. And then I'm just twisting it as I cross it over. Twist, cross, twist, cross, twist, cross, twist, cross. Then you can just take a bobby pin to secure the bottom for now. And we're just gonna set that to the side. So you can set it with a little bit of hairspray, a little bit of texture spray before you move on to the next. And then we're gonna do the middle section. So for the middle section, I'm gonna do the same exact technique by taking the top of the crown here. And you wanna make sure that if you wanna have a little volume or lift in the top, that you've done that before you've started. And I'm gonna hold it pretty loose because I don't want this to be flat and sleek. I want it to be loose and have some movement in here. So if you want volume, like I said, do it before you get started. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing. Where you take 2, cross over. I'm gonna gather a little bit of hair and twist and do that again. Take a little bit of hair from this side, twist it like this, a little bit from this side, twist it again, and I'm taking hair from the underneath and bringing it over, just on the one side here. And we're twisting, and we're gonna do that all the way down. All right, so I'm gonna finish that off, and then I'm gonna do the same thing like I did on this side, which is just do it pretty loosely like this and secure it with a bobby pin. And then I have the last side. Now I'll be honest, the last side is a little bit challenging for me because my hands wanna twist this way and I don't wanna twist the other way. So on this side, I'm gonna be twisting inward, and it's a little bit harder for me to get a good twist. So you might find the same thing. So it's just a matter of practice and holding your hands maybe a little bit tighter to get the tension that you want. So I'm gonna do the same thing over here, where I'm taking 2 sections and twisting, and then gathering a little bit of hair here. So I'll try to turn her so you can see. But like I said, I'm a little more awkward on this side. If you have this side not be so awkward for you, then you could start with this side first and then do the middle section facing inward and then only leave this section to go in if that's your harder side, if that makes sense. I'm doing the same thing I did on that side where I'm gathering, twisting, turning just like this, gathering all the hair loosely. All right, so once again, like I said, we're gonna go through and pull this all out. So it doesn't have to be super, super perfect because we're gonna loosen it all up. All right, so I have that side done. You can see we have 3 twists, 3 French rope braids. So what I will do then is get some pins prepared and start back on this side. And I'm gonna take this pin out of the bottom and you just wanna pull it out so it has a little bit more of a loose look to it, okay? So you're gonna make it a little bit looser by pulling each section out. And then I want this to come and connect here. So I'm gonna pull this up and bring it over. And the way I'm gonna do that is with bobby pins. So I'm gonna take a pin and stick it into the first twist, and pull it up, go towards the scalp, turn, and then push inward like that. And I'm gonna do that in each section, and that will pull up the whole twist into the area that I want it. It's also gonna help make the twist stay, and you're not gonna see the bobby pin since I'm doing it inside the twist. So you can see how it's starting to come connected already to the center twist. And I'm gonna do that in each section, all the way down to the base of the scalp. And then I'm just gonna leave the ends to deal with later. All right, same thing for this one. So we're gonna turn it this way, and I'm gonna pull this a little bit looser. So with that texture spray and some texture powder, that's gonna really help get this nice and chunky if you want it. And you don't have to have it super chunky, but however big you want it to get, the more texture spray you have in it, the more it will get bigger. All right, so same thing on this side. What I wanna do here is, because I want these to be connected, is I'm gonna take from this side like I did, go in and push up. But then I'm gonna go to the other side as well and pull this one over just a little bit. So I'm pushing it over and twisting, pushing back up so that they connect. And then coming on this side, pulling, pushing up like that. And then the other side, same thing. So this is gonna help anchor the hair. It's gonna make sure that it stays through a night of dancing. And you can also use flowers or hairpins to kind of secure this as well, and that will help it to stay secure and look really pretty. All right, and then we have the last one. So you can see there's a space right here, and I want it to close that gap. So I'm gonna go through like I did on the other side and gently pull this one out. I'm just kind of holding tension on the bottom really loosely and pulling as I go. And like I said, with texture spray, hair powder, it's gonna come out beautifully. All right, and then I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna take my pin here, pull it up, and then push it towards me. Same thing on this side. And you can see how the pins are getting hidden. So you're not gonna see the pins, and it just looks like the hair is more connected. It gives it a lot of texture, looks really pretty. It looks like, sort of like, is this one braid, is this 2 braids? People can't really tell exactly what it is. So it's not very complicated, but it looks more complicated than it is, and it's really pretty to do. All right, so once I've done that, you can see that these are all coming together, and you can kind of come through and find any gaps that you want to fill. So I might pull this over a little bit and add another pin there. Just play around so you don't see any gaps in between the two. And then if you want to have it all down, you can do a braid or just braid it like that. Or if you want to pin it up, you could take the outside piece, twist it, and then use some pins to pin this up on one side. And then crossing over the outside one, pin this up, and then pin that up like so. So you have a lot of options with the bottom. You could just curl it, put flowers in it, or you can pin them all up so you have kind of like a low gathered updo like this. But you can see how each side is really soft and simple. The back is really beautiful, and it's just a really sweet, nice updo for bridesmaids or bride. So I hope that was helpful, and if you really like it, please subscribe. And if you want more good tips on building a bridal business and just everything bridal hair, go to the updocollective.com, sign up to get on our email list, and you'll get an email from me every month just giving you tips and tricks on the bridal industry, and I would love to have you be part of our community. So thanks again for joining, and we'll see you next time.